Good afternoon. Once again, congratulations to all the winners. My name is Anthony Cherugara. I work with Kirloskar Oil Engines Limited. I head the corporate strategy and the agri-business for them. Before I moved to Kirloskar 3 years back, I worked with Mahindra & Mahindra for about 16 years, mostly in the tractor business. A lot of things were said today about what's happening in Mahindra. Before I move on, I would just touch upon few topics which I thought should be brought before this audience here. What has been happening in India in terms of organization taking steps to rural has been driven primarily by the need of the business. And of course, also in terms of building brands, building networks. So the previous experience which I had with M&M was way back when Mahindra Shubh Labh was spoken about here. That was one of the first initiatives that was taken to get into rural India and kind of build a services business there. But over time it has evolved, and that business has gone on to become the largest grape exporter in this country. One of the largest fruit and vegetables and seed companies in this country. They also deal with pesticides today. So what I mean to say is, over a period of time, businesses, products and services have evolved, and that is what rural India is all about. There is no set standard, there is no set model. You will have to keep experimenting, and one of the speakers said from Reddy's Laboratories, what he said is absolutely right. You have to keep experimenting, because it is a game of how fast, how less costly, and how interior can you reach. And to touch on this subject of innovation, that is precisely what I am going to do. What are the efforts we have taken in dealing with these circumstances and challenges of rural India? First and foremost, gentlemen, innovation starts when there is aspiration. If you take organizations everywhere in the world, and including some of the organizations in India, I still remember, one of the driving factors in M&M at that time was to be the world's largest tractor company. And that is how various other initiatives started. So you need to have an orbit shifting aspiration, which creates various drivers, and which one of them is also innovation. So what is our current orbit shifting aspiration? Be the power to transform lives of 50 million farmers by the year 2025 through innovative products, technology and delivery. Before moving on into the subject, usually when you talk about innovation, there are several myths. People think it has to be a novel, first-to-world idea. But for orbit shifters or people who are having higher aspiration, orbit shifting is the purpose and innovation is just a tool. Second myth that is there is innovation equals technology, and this I have actually taken from, there is a beautiful book by some Indian authors on innovation called Orbit Shifting Innovation by Rajiv Narang, and I have taken this from that book by Rajiv Narang and Devika, and we are working with them as well for innovating. So dominant criteria used even for ranking countries in innovation is the R&D spent. But there is a whole lot of innovation that is happening other than product innovations, which is on service, which is on process, which is on business models. There are several examples of even people engagement models. I would even go to the extent of saying what AAP did in Delhi is some kind of a people engagement innovation. Crowdsourcing of election is an innovation. So there are several models that is being applied which we see around. So let us look at how and when innovation get triggered in companies. And if you look at a 2x2 matrix and look at trying and fitting this, the role of innovation into this, you're looking at getting your existing products into existing markets, new products into existing markets, and creating totally new categories, that is new products in new markets, and also expanding your markets, that is existing product going into new markets. And what are the different ways of doing it, and what really triggers this?